juke stick is.
Yeah, well, we'll just see at the top of the route here. Watch it. Little bit, little soft right here. Get inside. That's Tomo, and then finish that long over the top.
Extra point is good.
And Arizona still in the vicinity there. We haven't reached the fourth quarter in that game just yet. This game has the most time remaining in the third quarter. Kind of a slow plate 13-13 affair between the Chargers and Chiefs.
Is this fraud protection? You don't pay for what you don't buy.
What you gonna do now?
Just need that security code in the back of the car. No one is more secure than pizza.
It's an incomplete pass. Called incomplete on the field. Little holiday greetings between some offensive and defensive linemen after that one, but the Chiefs defense does its job. 4th and 1, Jackson Dart. He's going for it all day, and then teammate helps him out, putting his hands up, saying, I'm right here. Get it to me. Daniel Bellinger with the catch. Giants drive continues. Giants are down by 8 in that one. Still a couple minutes left to go in the third quarter. Josh Allen getting up a little slow after a scramble. Let's see the replay. And Allen is walking back to the huddle. His gait definitely affected. 7-yard gain. Yeah, he did a great job finding his way through the pocket. And then right here at the end of the play, just going for the strip. Ellis is and lands on top of him. That's Josh Allen getting out up the middle, something he hasn't been able to do much of the day today. Finding a path there. 47 yards rushing from Allen. Handed to Cook. Cook propels himself. He is right there at the first down marker, and they have indicated it is enough to move the chains. They'll still haven't crossed 100 passing yards on the day. 127 rushing yards for them, 176 rushing yards. They just moved the ball, JJ. Josh Allen is looking around.
After the play says the runner is a little short.
The chains now have to move. And there's your explanation.
It'll be third down.
So it is third and less than a yard. They need to get to the 46-yard line.
Here's a look at it. It'll be third down and short.
Let me be honest, that looked like I would say that's what I saw as well.
70 is reported as eligible. 70 is eligible.
Jackson Dart. He wants all the way. like it was catching. It was a tough catch over the shoulder. Had his hands on it. Not able to hold it. We're looking for replay. Could have been a touchdown. For the team. And Dart, 175 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 INT. 2 touchdowns.
It is actually charging after I charged it in the charging pod, which the broadcast is my studios.
Territory by Marcus Jones. They pick up 8. Massive third down right here. This is a third for Buffalo. December football, snow coming down, division rivals, title on the line for the Patriots. Josh Allen against the Patriots defense. Shotgun for Allen. He's going to swing it to Johnson. Johnson with the catch. Going to get there. He got hit along the sideline by excellent team defense decisioning on it. It'll be 4th down. And Buffalo will see if they keep the offense on the field. You've got a 3rd and 20 here for Jackson Dart. They're keeping on the ground. Tracy is pulled down by Martin. Gain of just
Well, America's Game of the Week is coming up next. For those on CBS, you will most likely be seeing the Green Bay Denver game. And for those of you on Fox, you'll most likely see the Tennessee Titans San Francisco game. Again, that's the most watched games today on America's Game of the Week, both on CBS and on Fox at 4:25. We have a crackdown, I believe.
interference on the defense. It might be that.
I may actually be wrong. The Fox one may actually be Colts and Seahawks. Oh no, that's CBS, sorry.
Mike Vrabel says pick it up. Shakir comes back for the ball and kind of works through Jones. And it seems like they all get there at the same time. But he does have to work back through the body. The run on the field is a catch. Pass interference defense number 25. That penalty is declined. Result of the play, 1st down. Wow, there's a lot to unpack here. They rule it a catch for the offense. That's a massive result for the Buffalo Bills. We'll get you right back to Foxborough. You had 3rd and 3 for Patrick Mahomes, and for the 2nd straight week, Rashee Rice gets blasted by a defender as he's attempting to make this catch. Oof. No penalty on the play. Appeared to be a clean hit. The defender got his helmet to the side. Good play there, and Rice shaken up on the play. For Shakir. Pick the handoff. The toss to the outside, and Kincaid is twirled down by Ellis after a gain of 3. Back in Chicago, the Bears back inside the red zone right before the end of the 3rd quarter, looking for an insurance score. And it's DeAndre Swift off the right side, cuts back to the left, comes up the middle. Oh, that's a nice run there. Not a lot of great pursuit by Cleveland's defense, we might add, but Swift takes advantage for a 17-yard touchdown. The Bears are rolling 28-3 over Cleveland. Cook flanks out. Second and goal. Allen surveys. Allen buys time. And it's knocked away. Christian Ellis makes the play. 3rd and goal. Josh Allen looking towards the officials. No penalty marker on the play. It'll be 3rd down. Another field goal for the Jags. Cam Little. 41 points put up against the Jets here today. And Jacksonville appears on their way to a victory. Kaimi Fairbairn to extend the Houston Texans lead. He's already hit a few in this game.
And on a couple of misses.
Snap at home. And you betcha, Houston's lead is now 33-14. He's going to run for the touchdown. Multiple flags are down. Hold on 64.
Okay, that's the great news that they called the holding. Otherwise, we would potentially lose the 10 winning streak. By the way, you missed a 51 field goal for New York. Let's go back to Foxborough.
And they'll take play of the drive, nearing 7 minutes of elapsed time. Nickel package here for the pass. Steps up. He's got room in front of him. Pulls the
That could be a touchdown. I'm gonna check one more time. I think that was a touchdown. Tom, do you have a confirmation on that touchdown? I'll come in here. I'll go to this one. Go to the. I think this. Where is it? There's the Bills and the Patriots. Okay, they just scored a touchdown. Touchdown, Bills. Touchdown, Bills. I was just trying to say because we were having some technical difficulties. Go back to you.
from Buffalo, 28-24. Josh Allen finding a way in the fourth quarter. Still 10 minutes left in Gillette Stadium. We will get you back there for all of that action. But Justin Herbert and the Chargers going to have a 3rd and 6 here from the KC.
Here we go. This is the big moment in New England. If we score a touchdown, then they win the AFC East. If they lose, they still have a chance to win the playoffs, but they will not win the AFC East. 4th and 46.
The Chargers, Cameron Dicker and company take the lead 16-13, approaching the fourth quarter at Arrowhead Stadium. Brown is out. Right?
So we go to a 1st and 20 for Washington. By the way, they had a holding. So that's. Terry McMullen.
And gets a much-needed touchdown for the Commanders. 2 big plays on that drive leads to a touchdown for the Commanders.
Player of the season for McLaurin set a franchise record with 13 last year. Extra points. Washington Commanders.
So Washington has been a little bit of a week since. I want to go big picture. We have only actually, I think that's the 2-minute warning in Philadelphia. You have 12 seconds in Jacksonville. You have 44 seconds in Kansas City for the 3rd quarter. They're both on 4 quarters. And you have some of the other games as well. By the way, if the Patriots were to rally back and win, then they get the AFC. I like to say, I don't think they're gonna win, right? No. Come on, Patriots. They had a 10-game winning streak. Let's go back to Kansas City right now. And by the way, this is the witching hour when wins become losses and losses become wins. Now to Kansas City.
right now at Gillette.
These are the types of drives that they can show everyone. Henderson bounces away, and Henderson is off to the races. Look at May. Does he have another one in on baseball? He does. Touchdown. Goodbye. Trevion Henderson. May leading the way. What a block. What wheels. Youth shall be served in New England. May, the second-year QB. Henderson, the rookie running back. And the Patriots regain the
We've
lead.
just said when wins become losses and losses become wins for the Witching Hour, a loss can now become a win for the New England Patriots. Wow!
50 yards down the field and clean up the block.
They will likely win the AFC East.
Leading this team. And a monster game for Henderson. 65-yard touchdown. Couple that with the 52-yard run. I don't even think May needs oxygen. He's good. Look at the wheels. Drake May with a
As you
whole lot
watch Trevion Henderson house that one more time, that is his fourth touchdown of 50 or more yards on the ground this year. That ties Saquon Barkley for the most by a rookie running back since the year 2000. Explosive stuff for the rookie out of Ohio State. And the lead is back to New England, and the AFC East advantage back to the Patriots, at least for the time being.
Chase over to that right side.
They may change.
TJ Tampa. So you got Nate Wiggins, who is playing to the offense's left. And now you got Tampa, who is playing to the offense's right, with Jamar Chase lined up inside the numbers.
If the Patriots win, then they not only win the AFC East, and they don't need to win any more games. I think New England is gonna. So look, we're gonna. I just updated the playoff picture. It usually looks like this because first tiebreaker. Houston has the tiebreak on the head-to-head, but also Denver had the head-to-head. But with that current week, Los Angeles, they beat and then Houston, and then Buffalo. But then because the Patriots have got back up to first place, then all 4 of 7, 5, and 6 teams are back to the number 1 seed, and the Bills are back to the 7th seed in the AFC. Alright, it looks like the Bengals are going to be eliminated from NFL playoff contention. But let's look at this next play.
Brown taking on all comers. And did he get it with that second push? We are ready to start the fourth quarter at Arrowhead Stadium. The Chiefs need a fourth quarter come from behind victory, and they need the Bills to remain losing to the Patriots. Otherwise, they might be eliminated with the Texans and Jags winning today. But the Chargers get another quarterback sack.
4 Charger sacks today. He is devoured back at the 37.
Well, he's coming out looking secondary.
We think Kansas City at 7-7, and we've changed it now back to the Chargers. It looks like the Chargers are going to win, and if that holds, Kansas City with 6-8 are going to be out from NFL playoff contention with the Bills losing. Even if Kansas City have a winning season, 9-8, they are going to be out from NFL playoff contention because there's so many other teams in the list.
Magic against the Ravens defense that's been so good. With the 8-minute mark left, Pressure's team coming off the clock for Cincinnati. And now the official's going to whistle that play back.
Rates through the roof because the guys up front are able to get after it.
Pretty healthy, too. They're only without Elijah Molden today, their safety.
There were 2 fouls by the offense on the play. Ineligible receiver downfield, number 52. This penalty's declined. Holding, number 76. 10-yard penalty. Replay second down.
So, actually, to recite that word, we had Aiden McElvell downfield, that penalty was declined, and then a holding that that penalty was accepted, that will be a 10-yard penalty. That will be second down. Wilson got a 11-yard touchdown there. And let's go to the Jets. We already know the Jets were eliminated. I want to try some of the other teams as well. By the way, and Davis, 24 yards. Touchdown there. New York can make a comeback. Here we go. A make or break moment in Cincinnati. Alright, this now changes from a hopeful moment. A big moment to now a crucial moment. If they die an incomplete pass, then all they need to do is a field goal, and they would score some points, but they will be eliminated from NFL playoff contention. Another crucial moment as well, Kansas City. Hold up, flags to them. Touchdown! Baltimore! And guess what? You know what that means? The Cincinnati Bengals are eliminated from NFL playoff contention. Oh boy, what a big witching hour right now with the Bengals now eliminated. Another potential elimination is the Kansas City Chiefs. We've seen Kansas City lose in the Super Bowl. Can they lose the playoffs? That can happen today. The reason why? Fuck, bro. Here's another 3rd and 4 for the Bills. Yes! So flag is down on both games with that incomplete pass. Alright. New England with the potential win. And wait a second. That is pass interference. 4th down! Yes! 4th down! So it's gonna be an incomplete pass. It's a 4th down. And there's something going on with a Kansas. Also, flag is down there. So we'll listen to the probably in a few minutes. I believe that could be a damaging penalty. Oh wait, that's 1st down. 1st down. Buffalo. Okay, unnecessary roughness is the penalty against LA. So you got a pretty interesting scenario here. Buffalo needs to lose to New England. Now, if Buffalo loses, 2 things from now with an additional thing. Now, Kansas City, if they lose and Buffalo loses, 2 things from Number 1, New England, not just themselves a playoff spot, they wrap up the AFC East. Okay? And also if Kansas City loses, then Kansas City, along with the Buffalo Wasps, is going to be eliminated from NFL playoff contention. So, we have a chance at a potential win. The Denver Broncos could wrap up not just home field advantage, but also the AFC West if they win against Green Bay, because the number 1 seed may be wrapped up by today. With New England's win and Denver's potential loss, New England can not just wrap up the AFC West, they could also wrap up the number 1 seed, but it looks like that the number 1 seed may or may not be a changing factor, because Denver is number 2 right now. Although they change that. New England, with the loss, could in theory. Alright, touchdown there. Touchdown Bills. Bills. So we've changed it again. We go to the quad box. We're not going to show you the quad box, but we have number 1, Arizona. Number 2, New York Jets. Number 3, LA. And number 4, Buffalo. Buffalo's going to take a timeout. A TV timeout. So we now just have 3 games still going on right now. So we go from the quad box to the triple box. Right now with 3 games still going on in the National Football League that we've been keeping an eye on. So this is full at Kansas City. 1st and 10. And here we go. So that's Kansas City at full bias, ladies and gentlemen. It was 1st and 10, Kansas City. Oh, 2nd 10. Kansas City is not looking good. Alright, here's the 2nd and 10 for Jacksonville. Oh, look at this. Look at this play. The number 1 T. Anthony Jr. gets it in for the Jaguars touchdown. Jaguars will beat the Jets. We do not know the score yet, but they will know. We will know. We know that they will beat the Jets. And it looks like the Bears. Cleveland sacked C. Williams. Browns are eliminated, though. We go to Kansas City. Hey! Another 3rd down. How about that? Kansas City, in virtue of Will's lead, could still be in the playoff picture today. But we do not know for sure. New England was winning all the time, and I just want to say, Gene Steratore?
Decide whether they would like to disqualify a player or would choose to. That is what occurred in this case. As you said, severe helmet-to-helmet contact right there, then they weigh in. That's why he's disqualified.
Alright, so a Kansas City player has been disqualified for contact. And I think that is... Oh! Intercepted! The Los Angeles Chargers have intercepted this.
To order, call 1-800-258-7075 or go to getfullcypro.com. So call 1-800-258-7075.
This could mean that if Buffalo loses, then Kansas City will be out. However, this is not done yet, because if Kansas City gets an interception, then Kansas City could get a field goal and just theoretically keep their playoff hopes alive. Well, we'll have to see about that. I think there is an injury update. Take a look at this play from Cleveland at Chicago. Oh my goodness. This is not looking good for... Yeah. Oh, Myles Garrett, most sacks in a single season. 21.5 in 2025. Remember, now you need to get 22.5. We need to keep it posted. Here's a 4th and 3 now for the Bengals. And Chase, you got the trophy on the field? How about that? But that's not going to be. Considering the wait, so keep going. Here's a 1st and 10 for New England. but New England is a big favorite to this.
I think he's going to get a lot more awards than just the Pro Bowl. 6:43 to play. Again, Henderson has been ridiculous so far today.
Alright, I just want to make you guys your attention here that Denver could now go be in the advantage of the Super Bowl. I just want to make you guys your attention.
Has time. No, he doesn't.
Third down!
Second sack.
So next gen sets say 70% chance of the Bills to win. I think that the Bills will win and New England will end their winning streak and not win the AFC East. We'll wait till next week though, because there's still another chance that next week that the AFC East could be New England's. But Buffalo may have a chance of redemption with a 6th straight AFC East title if New England loses all the other games. And incomplete. You have to make a chance. You have to make this choice. Do you have to go for the punt team, or do you want to keep your offense to try one more time? If you lose, then Buffalo will likely win unless New England has a good Hail Mary. We're going to join the LA Chargers Kansas City game because there is something going on right now.
And the Bills, fourth quarter drama here and playoff implications for all four of these teams.
For a gain of a couple, he's up to the 17 in second down 8. Giovanni to stop.
Well, I know we had to go to New York for the update of that incredible Buffalo-New England game. But what a throw by Herbert to Gadsden, and Gadsden to hang on to it with the hit by Cook to get separation.
63% for the Chargers to win, according to Next Gen Chat.
Just a good first play for the Chargers, and then running it there on second down to get the clock moving.
That's a first down.
Hold up, I believe that's final. It's a final.
Extra offensive lineman, but Keenan Allen just been so consistent throughout his career. As we've said multiple times, Coach really lucky today.
A lot of field goals today. Herbert, 16-yard touchdown pass. Mahomes, a 12-yard touchdown. On that first and 10. And he's out near the 27.
We're just kind of waiting on whatever the final score will be in Chicago. Bears just added 3 points on top of their total. So 31-3 right now at the halfway mark of the fourth quarter. We will still keep an eye on anything that happens in that game, a touchdown or a Myles Garrett sack. He is 1 away from tying the single season record. Back to KC.
By the way, Denver. Alright, it looks like the Philadelphia is the final. We have a final now in Philadelphia. They beat the Raiders. How about 31-0 Philadelphia?
Well, the victory mix is flowing now in Foxborough, and the Buffalo Bills have the football back, up by 4 points. Buffalo has scored a touchdown on their last 5 possessions. The end of the first half, they scored a touchdown. All 4 of their second half possessions, they punched it into the end zone. Another one here would put them up by 2 scores. And again, if this score holds and the Kansas City Chiefs score holds, along with the Texans and Jags winning, KC is out of the playoffs.
Alright. No matter what happens to Buffalo now.
Haven't forgotten about the Commanders and the Giants. One team will be snapping a long losing streak right now. Looks like it could be the Commanders. Marcus Mariota, though, steps up and loses the football. They say he wasn't down by contact, and the ball was scooped up and taken back. Ryan Burns making that back half of that play for the Giants. Off of defense. Now their offense needs a couple of touchdowns here to get them back in this contest. 5.5 minutes remain.
Ways to win football games over the years.
Big third down. Could we see a Patriots comeback in the last 3 minutes? Or will Buffalo win? Yes! We have to score now. We have to score. Buffalo just taking it.
Defeat the block with his hands, come off, and let his guys rally to help him make the tackle. As a defensive back, this is teach tape for how you play it. Recognition, block shedding, tackle.
Jets got down around the goal line here. By 4 touchdowns, we want to show you a consequential play. Build it up and bring it down. Is the linebacker for the Jags. Jets get laid real quick for the Jets. The Jags look like they're going to stay in first place in the AFC South. Play to sneak in. We show you every touchdown from every game, including the Giants on 4th and 5. Desperation mode. And they catch it. Jackson Dart got just enough on that pass to hit Wandale Robinson. Spikes it against the side of the stadium. And it's not over yet. Waiting on the extra point. The extra point is good. It's an 8-point lead. One possession between the Giants and Commanders. They're going to call this incomplete, but it came out awkwardly. Not a fumble by Justin Herbert.
Who knows? If he did get that out in time, which has been the call of it, Kevin, that could be the best play of the day by Herbert. Just to make
Contact is scored down. Left is resolved from, and his knee is not down. He drops it. That is unbelievable. That's Mahomes. That's what Mahomes would do. Every time he attention. He's at the 16. Flag is thrown. Whipped around. Taken down. Terry Blanch was down there. Flag has been thrown. 5:20 to go.
During the kick, holding by the receiving team, number 20. The penalty's out the distance to the goal. First down, Kansas City.
They're going to take a timeout at Arrowhead Stadium and bookmark that game. We got to show you another Houston update. 3rd and goal. Texans. Defense is incredible. If their offense picks up like this, Cardinals defense struggles, mind you. But Nico Collins having himself a day. His second touchdown of the afternoon. C.J. Stroud puts him on him for a 4-yard score. Stroud has 260 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. Nico, 85 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. Houston is up by 20 with just 3 minutes remaining. So Houston looks like they're on their way to a victory. The Jags look like they're on their way to a victory. The Bills leading the New England Patriots. That would mean a couple of things. One, the Patriots cannot clinch the division today if they don't come from behind and beat Buffalo. And Kansas City cannot go to the postseason. The New England Patriots getting the football back, and we'll be getting them back on a commercial break in about 30 seconds or so out of the 2-minute warning timeout. Still a 1-possession game between the Commanders and the Giants. No playoff implications, but we'll keep an eye on that. Washington trying to end an 8-game losing streak. Giants trying to end a 7-game losing streak. We want to remind you, in about 25 minutes or so, we have 5 more games kicking off, including one of the most compelling comeback attempts in pro football history. 44-year-old grandfather Phillip Rivers will start at quarterback today for the Indianapolis Colts. We'll get to that in about 25 minutes, but 2 minutes of drama here at Gillette Stadium.
Steve Brogan against Dan Pastorini. This is a 3rd and 5. May loads it up. And nobody home. And now, what do you do on a 4th and 5 with 1:54 on the clock?
You go for it. You can't give the ball back to Josh Allen in this situation, even if you do have 3 timeouts. You want the ball in your hands, game on your terms. Drake May, potential MVP moment. You talked about it earlier in the open. To be the champ, you have to beat the champ. The Buffalo Bills have run this division for 5 years. This is a chance for Drake May to have his first ever 4th quarter comeback win in the NFL. Put the ball in his hands, 4th and 5.
On 4th down. May steps up. May buys time. It's deflected. Incomplete. And they turn it over on downs. Joey Bosa gets a piece. Buffalo takes over.
And the Bills defense
And the Bills are in position to win this game. New England still has all 3 timeouts, so it's not a victory formation yet. Travis Kelce making a catch for Kansas City. They need a field goal drive or better with 5 minutes remaining. So what you're going to see in the Bills game there, you're going to have most likely a Bills run and a Patriots timeout. Bills run, Patriots timeout 3 straight times. And the Buffalo Bills are already in field goal range on New England's 22-yard line. Should they not get a first down, Buffalo is likely to be able to add a field goal on top of it. We'll show you what happens, but this is your pressure point right now.
Mahomes to the air. There's a block by Kelly. They go outside with the catch. Belted on the play by Jackson.
Back in the Commanders-Giants game, 2nd and 10 for Marcus Mariota. They just need a couple of first downs here, and there's one of them. Big play over the top. Ben Sinnott. Zach Ertz injured last week, out for the season. That was tough to see, but the tight end starting today. Ben Sinnott from Washington, and the Giants have no timeouts remaining.
For the first down to the 32 gain of 4. He hasn't tried a field goal from 50 in 9 consecutive games. His line is 59. Of course, the Chiefs hoping for more than just 3 on this drive. 3.5 to go in a 1st and 10 by Mahomes.
Alright, timeout's 4:03. And normally this is the time where we will have a 4 or 5 p.m. kickoff. But today we only have 1 and 4:25 p.m. games. Again, we will sign off at 6 o'clock to get set up for the NFL Red Zone close. And to also get ready for this is not a victory formation for the Bills yet.
That's right. Yeah, but here's what we just had in the Commanders and Giants game. They're just trying to run out the clock now. So he just handed off to Jeremy McNichols, and the ball came out somehow. Abdul Carter's got it. He laterals into a fellow defender who takes it up about 10, 15 yards, and laterals it to another teammate who takes it inside of the 30-yard line. The Commanders needed only just to cover up the football, basically, and they turned it over instead. New York is going to have a chance for a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, and possibly Giants. And Buffalo has just powered forward for a first down, and that will do it. The Patriots can use their last time out, but it doesn't matter. It is first down. New England cannot stop the clock again, and that look says it all. The Patriots will have to wait for another day to clinch the AFC East. The 5-time back-to-back champs are not done yet. The Buffalo Bills go into New England, and they will beat New England 35-31 after a couple of victory formation kneel downs.
And New England will beat, will lose, not just that, but also the New England Patriots. But also the New England Patriots can no longer win the game. And there's a chance now that New England, Kansas.
Add to the lore of his rookie season. If he could get this to the end zone and get a 2-point conversion. The Giants cannot stop the clock again with no timeouts remaining. 2-minute warning comes up in 15 seconds. Let's go back here to the Jeremy McNichols fumble. Hard to see, but there you can tell the ball was coming out as the knee was going down. In live action, it was a little tougher to tell. That was well officiated on that play, and it gives the Giants life. And there it is, the last kneel down. 35-31. The Bills and Patriots split in the regular season, both teams winning in the other opponent's home stadium.
In the hunt to win their 6th straight AFC East title. Patriots got off to such a fantastic start. Everything was clicking. Buffalo, we saw some signs of life at the end of the first half, and then the carryover was real into the second half. They were down 28-7.
I'd love to hear from Josh Allen after that game. We will endeavor to bring you some of the post-game news conferences in the 20 or so minutes while we're waiting on kickoffs of the 4:25 Eastern late window. It's all over here. We know the Bears are going to win this game, but let's see if Shedeur Sanders can make something happen in the 4th down snap and goal to go.
And the Bears in a rematch. Prime time next Saturday night. Sanders. In trouble again. He escapes the moment. Austin Walker with the sack to end it. Chicago turns the Browns away once more. 31-3. Dominance.
Bears dominance, and Chicago will win and improve to 10-4 on the year. They're going to move up to the 6th seed after this early window concludes. Well, I'm not sure Patrick Mahomes doesn't know this right now, but the Bills have won. The Texans are going to win. The Jags are going to win. Unless Mahomes and company can come from behind here in the final 2 minutes, their playoff dreams are over. Oh, and Mahomes is down.
We just finished talking about the left knee, how it is not even close to 100%.
Holding. Offense number 72. 10-yard penalty. First down.
The backup is Gardner Minshew, and he is warming up. And he has not thrown a pass all season.
Kansas City is charged a timeout for the injury inside 2 minutes.
They're watching it again. Hit by hand.
Oh my goodness! You know what that means with the Bills winning. Bills win. The Bills have won for the first time. And the Patriots have lost for the first time since week 3 of this year. There were 10 straight games. 10 straight games that the Patriots won. And now the Patriots have their first loss in 11 weeks. In week 15, only 3 more weeks, but still, the Pats, womp womp. No more womp womps for the Bills, as there's still the chance, but the Patriots can still win. And the Patriots were quote unquote the easiest remaining schedule until the Bills came back. That was the toughest opponent. But the rest of the here the West. We're not going to show you the rest of it. Again, Patrick Mahomes injured. Not good at all.
She sat up all night while I slept. Oh, I slept a lot in the chair.
Patrick Mahomes. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Cannot believe what just happened. Right there. Alright. 1 minute and 53. So we just have 3 more games. All 3 are below the 2-minute warning. 1 in Kansas City. 1 in Jacksonville. And 1 in New York. So, Pats lost. That's a bummer. But hey, you still can root on the Bruins. They're coming up at 6 o'clock. No, not 6 o'clock. Yes, 6 o'clock Eastern. Only on the PioneerValley Network and on PioneerValleyWX.com. But what a problematic situation for the Patriots. No, I agree with you. Yeah. 4:30, game over. New York is gonna lose. Washington will win. Alright, they're gonna go for a 3rd down now. This is the chance for a field goal. They have to go across the clock. They'll have to use one of their timeouts. They will not use one of their timeouts. But we're so you have 20 seconds to go. Here we go. This is it. If they get intercepted or they get sacked, then it's game over and the Chargers will win. Kansas City will be out. But wait, there's a chance! There's a chance that Kansas may still be in the playoffs. So while we're doing that, because we're not waiting for 4:25 p.m. games, we got 5 games going on. So I would like to welcome a quarterback games report on top. Baron with the lineup. That's like the Bears versus the Saints. I mean, so aggressive with those teams. And again, I would like to say the Commanders, Jets, final. 2nd and 10 now for the Chiefs. They have around 20 seconds to go. They can do this. Alright, they can do this.
Here's a block by Caliendo. Minshew chase, throws incomplete. And he was chased on that play by Ibrahim.
20 seconds remain. The Texans won. The Jags won. The Bills won. All of that goes against Kansas City, whose playoff hopes hang by this 20-second thread. 2nd and 10, Gardner Minshew has to come up with the magic. They're in long field goal range right now.
Not a promising sign here, and Gardner Minshew now has to continue to try and gain some field position for Butker to even attempt to tie this thing up. The Jacko is the new man. 2nd down and 10.
Offense, 5-yard penalty. It's 2nd down.
Perhaps not a surprise, right? New quarterback.
You can't have it. Not at this juncture of the game. 20 seconds left. You just can't do it. You have to. There's just got to be some awareness there in the play clock and getting it off. You can't.
Chiefs have not been in this situation, for those joining us, under 500 this late in the season since 2012. They've lost 2 straight and 4 of 5. The Chargers coming in have won 2 in a row, and they've won 5 of 6. 2nd down, 15. And the Jacko remains the back, and Minshew to the air. And deep, intercepted. It's picked off. Derwin James gets it. And the Chargers are going to win and knock the Chiefs out of the playoffs.
Wow! Wow! The Kansas City Chiefs were trying to, but now the Chiefs will have to say bye-bye to the new season, to the playoffs. Wow! With all 3, the Bills, the Texans, the Jaguars, all won. That means the Chiefs are out of the playoffs. We're going to go back inside the PioneerValleyWX studios as we're getting ready to end the games, the early games. We're about 10 minutes. So I kept thinking about it. We have time to be doing some stuff in the studio because we're about to. But coming up, 5 games still going on. Panthers, Lions, Colts, Packers, Titans. They're playing 4:25 p.m. Eastern time. So that's coming up next on going to be a number. But all the games have ended at the early window. So do we have a game we want, right?
Over for the Chiefs for the playoffs. It's over for this game to be determined. On the face of the NFL, Patrick Mahomes. That was the scene that we saw right before Gardner Minshew threw that fateful interception that sealed the fate on this Sunday of Kansas City. We will endeavor to get you any word from Kansas City once they let us know about the nature, the severity of Patrick Mahomes' lower body injury. That means that the early window is a wrap. 8 games having concluded across the National Football League. That Buffalo Bills one has the red outline right there. Usually that means that they're in the red zone. Well, today it means they play on in the AFC East, the first division of 2025 to be clinched. Maybe the AFC East, but not on this Sunday. The New England Patriots lose for the first time since September 21. The last time the New England Patriots lost a game, the 10-game winning streak is now over. We are 9 minutes away from the late window opening up as we welcome you back inside of the NFL Red Zone studio, everyone. Scott Hansen here, thrilled to be taking you through Sunday of week number 15. The 4-week sprint to the finish line is getting pretty good there. Some drama in the early window here. Let's revisit some of those games, starting with the AFC North matchup, Baltimore at Cincinnati. Second time in 17 days that Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson faced off. Of course, that game was Thanksgiving night. Joe Burrow and the Bengals were victorious then. This one, pretty much all Baltimore from start to finish. Second quarter, opening up the scoring is the Ravens with Lamar Jackson to Rasheen Ali for the touchdown. touchdown. Then Lamar, another touchdown toss. This one goes to Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers' first touchdown since week 1 this season. And Joe Burrow under duress most of the day. Intercepted. Van Noy intercepts it, and then he hands it off to Alohi Gilman, and then Gilman takes it the rest of the way. 89-yard pick six with the lateral. And the Baltimore Ravens shut out the Cincinnati Bengals 24-0. It was the first shutout pitched by the Baltimore defense since 2018. It was the first shutout suffered by the Cincinnati Bengals since 2017. Ravens improved to 7-7 on the year. AFC North stacks up like this. The Pittsburgh Steelers started the day in first place. They will stay there, at least temporarily. They are 7-6. The Steelers play the Dolphins on Monday Night Football tomorrow night. Ravens still in the hunt. The Bengals have been eliminated from division contention and from playoff contention. No postseason for Cincinnati this year. Same is true for Cleveland, who had already been eliminated prior to the start of the day. Meanwhile, in Philadelphia, the Eagles have lost 3 in a row. Las Vegas comes to town. Kenny Pickett quarterbacking them. The Jalen Hurts and company in desperate need of a get-right game. And, well, they got it in front of the Lincoln Financial Field faithful. Dallas Goedert takes the shovel pass from Jalen Hurts. Eagles jump out to a 7-0 first quarter lead. Second quarter, Saquon Barkley powers the football across the goal line. 2-yard touchdown. It was a 17-0 game. They added to it. Goddard trots in for his second from 4 yards out. 24-0 at that point. It was merely a matter of would they shut him out? Could they get one more score? Yeah, you got to keep A.J. Brown happy, right? A.J. Brown with the finishing touches on this one. 27 yards for the score. Eagles all over Las Vegas. 31-0. Philadelphia improves to 9-3 on the season. They stay in first place in the NFC East. Philadelphia's 3-game losing streak is over. The Raiders drop to 2-12 on the year. We are now 6 minutes away from 5 more kickoffs. Kind of a little scheduling anomaly here. No 4:05 Eastern kickoffs for us today. All 5 of these stacked up at 5:25. It's some fantastic games. Game of the week on paper. How about the Broncos and the Packers? Denver, the 1 seed in the AFC to start the day. The Green Bay Packers, the 2 seed in the NFC to start the day. The Rams, the 1 seed in the NFC, taking on the Detroit Lions. Panthers in first place. The Seahawks and Niners in playoff position as well. Speaking of that game, Rams and Lions, that'll take place at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. NFL Media's Omar Ruiz checks in with a preview prior to kickoff.
Thanks, Scott. Thanks to Blake Corum's emergence the last couple weeks. For the Rams, both teams come into this one with dynamic and explosive 1-2 punches at running back. Of course, for Detroit, it's Jahmyr Gibbs leading the way. When he scores a touchdown for the Lions this season, they are 8-0. When he is kept out of the end zone, they are 0-5. How important has he been? The Rams certainly take notice. They'd like to continue that trend as they've given up the fewest rushing touchdowns in the NFL this season. Corner Emmanuel Forbes telling me that stat is a matter of pride. They've given up just 4 on the ground all year long. And both running games set up the explosive passing games, as Jared Goff is second in the league in passing yards off of play action, while Matthew Stafford is number 1 in that department, like he is in many categories. And he'll have his full arsenal of weapons for this one. Devontae Adams, who's leading the lead in touchdown catches this season, came in questionable with a hamstring injury, but he is officially a go and will play.
Omar, thank you so much. Kickoff about 4 minutes away of that contest, and it's as simple as it can be for the Rams. Go to the postseason with a victory. Of course, the Rams they might not be counting chickens in terms of a playoff berth, but you might be able to do that at this point. They want the division. They want the 1 seed and the bye that comes with it in the NFC. For the Lions, heavy stakes involved. The Bears already got their victory today. Green Bay Packers are kicking off in about 3 minutes. Lions need this one to keep pace with those 2 teams the Vikings bring up the rear in the NFC North at 5-8. Speaking of the team that leads the NFC North, Green Bay set to take on the Denver Broncos in about 3 minutes. Here's what Jordan Love said about the contest coming into today.
What's the challenge this week?
Yeah, I think obviously they're a very good defense. Part of the best defense we've seen all year, and the numbers are all kind of back that. But yeah, I think obviously the pass rush they have, the sacks they've made, but generate and you look at the defense all across the board. I think they got really good players and a really good scheme. So it'll be a good test for us to be able to go out there and see what we can do as offense.
Anything you could take from that matchup against the Browns and their pass rush, knowing that you're going to face probably one of the best pass rushes in the NFL this Sunday?
Yeah, I think anytime you got going against elite pass rushers and good all-around rush it's all about playing on time as a quarterback. Obviously trying to get the ball out as quickly as possible, not trying to hold on to it sometimes, and then really just knowing where your checkdowns are if you do feel some pressure and things like that. But you just got to go out there, find ways to execute, and the pocket breaks down at times, try to find ways to escape. But really just know where the good pass rushers are at all times. We're moving on some solid count, so that always plays another element of them trying to time the cadence up and things like that. So it should be a good test.
From the outside, kind of feels a little bit like 2023. This offense really struggled. Got really hot, long stretch. Does it feel like that at all internally?
I'd say it's different. I think, like you mentioned, I do feel like we're in a really good place right now. And last couple of weeks, we've been doing some pretty good things on offense and putting up a good amount of points. But as we always say, I still think there's more out there for us.
Jordan.
Kind of like you mentioned, in the 23 season, we started off slow and I think started finding things that worked for us and getting that groove. But I think right now we're getting some guys back healthy, which has been huge for us. And
you heard Jordan Love. They had 7 patches over the last 2 games. Time out for the players to watch, brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. And first we, George. Then we had and they are all players to watch during that 4:25 p.m. schedule. Timing out is for those of you on QuarterBack Plus, you will be able to watch all the games here on QuarterBack Plus, and obviously on QuarterBack.com. And again, let's go Bruins because they're playing 4:25 p.m. Eastern Time. All 5 games are starting at this hour. So we have the 5 hours.
Which takes us to the Pentabox as 7 hours of red zone football starts now or rolls on as the next 3 hours will. We go to SoFi.
You have to say that again. Well, that's our QuarterBack Plus. But right now, let's continue on. Right now on QuarterBack Network. Again, enjoy the Bruins game. Coming up at 6 o'clock each time against the Minnesota Wild. And then Sunday Night Football 80-20. QuarterBack Plus viewers, we'll be back in about a minute. I'm going to change that.